Good morning. I am StampinDeDe, and this is Stampin' Thursday. I am so glad to be here with you this morning, and we are going to do a fun fold card. Who doesn't love a fun fold card? And you know, I'm picky about my fun fold cards. I don't want them to be too hard, and I don't want them to be so complicated that the person who receives the card won't know what to do with it. So in that sense, I am picky about my fun fold cards. But this one I saw online, and yeah, I knew that it was one that I would use. So we're going to look at that here in just a minute. I'm going to show you a sample, a couple of samples, and then we're going to make one together. But first of all, I just want to thank you for being here. If you're watching live, would you just leave a comment and let me know that you're watching, maybe where you're from. And if you're watching on the replay, thank you for doing that. And click like. That always helps. And if you're watching on YouTube, really the most important things you can do, number one, subscribe, and you'll get notified every time I do a Facebook Live, which is once a week. But if you would share it, just hit share, and either to your own Facebook page or to a friend's Facebook page that might enjoy seeing this, and hit like and comment. Let me know that you're watching. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment and ask. And I try to check back as often as I can so that I can answer your questions. All right. So we are ready to get this started. And I want to show you the first Backfold Fun Fold card I made. So this is the first one I made. And from the front, it looks like a very normal card, right? Like your normal Fun Fold card. But when you go to open it, you realize that this flips up, this folds back, and then we open. Now you can put it back like this, just to see what the card looks like. But then when you close it back, this is what it does. And I think that's just real fun. And I used the Spooky Sweet for this card. The whole thing was done with the designer series paper and the cutouts that come with it. The broom, the bat, the kettle, the candy corn, candy corn, all of that comes with the designer series paper, and I love that. I love having access to things that I don't necessarily have to stamp and die cut and color. It just makes it easy. So that's our first Backfold Fun Fold card. And then I decided to do a Christmas one. So here's the Christmas one. Isn't that pretty? And this is using the, I'm looking. It's my new Christmas set, Ornamental Christmas. It's using the Ornamental Christmas stamps. Now, you can buy the dies with that. I didn't. I fussy cut these. I don't mind doing that. And it gives me lots of flexibility. And then I use the Peaceful, what's it called? It's called Peaceful Garden. Peaceful Garden Designer Series paper. That's this. And, that's that. And then this is the Peaceful Garden Glimmer paper that you can also buy. So, simple. I stamped and cut this one, and then stamped and die cut those two. This is also another color in the glimmer paper. So very simple. I think very stunning. All right. And my bow, really, it kind of goes in front of it, but you have to put it in front of it, so I don't know. Anyway, so there's my 2 Backfold Fun Fold cards. And this is what we need. So let's get started. Let's do one. So for the one I'm demonstrating, I decided to go with fall. And this is Early Espresso, 5.5 by 7.5, but I haven't scored it yet. So I thought, well, we're going to do that together. So you score it at 3 1/4 and 6.5. Well, let's put it down here. So we're going to score it at 3 1/4, right there. Move my cutting blade way away. Score it at 3 1/4 and at 6.5. And to do that, we're going to have to open up the arm. And the 6.5 is right there. Let's see, can you see it? It's just past where the arm folds. It's just past that, 6.5. So we're going to score that. And that's all we need to do. So put this away. So there's our 5.5 by 7.5. So I'm going to fold this. Go ahead and fold this forward. Give it a burnish. And then this I'm going to fold back. And that's, you know, there's no need to burnish it because it will come forward. But to open the card, you'll have to pull it back. All right, that's our card base. And now for our designer series paper, I should have kept this out. I chose my paper from, which one? That. I thought I had it right here. Oh, here, no, that's not it. Well, is this it? Yes, this is it. It had a funny piece in the front. This is Gathering Together Specialty Designer Series paper, and the thing that makes it specialty is the gold. So let's look at some of this. Since it's new, it comes with a suite. So you've got this color, which I used, and that's why it's on the front. But look at the back. It's pretty, shimmery. So you've got that. This one, I actually cut my leaves out of. And see the gold. And then the orange, the Cajun craze on the back, or pumpkin pie. Could be pumpkin pie. This plaid I love. And the back is this white, off-white. Isn't that beautiful? That'd be pretty for Christmas, too. And let's see, what else? We've already got those two. Then this one is a different color of the leaves. This one is more just the orange and the brown. The other one had greens and yellows along with the brown and orange. All right, and the back side of that then is this pretty design. And last is just a dark, it's got a pattern in there. It's kind of hard, it's got stripes in there. Kind of hard to see. And then this pattern on the other side with the gold. All right, and then we've already looked at this one. Or did we? Yeah, we did. Oh, there's this one. This is this is the one that's got the brown. Well, this is a different one still. So there's 3 different leaf papers in the back. Okay. All right. So that is the Gathering Together paper, and the colors used with it are Basic Beige, Cajun Craze, Crushed Curry, Early Espresso, Old Olive, and Champagne Foil. So we've got some foil that is champagne colored. All right, so the one I chose to use is the plaid because I just think it's so pretty. And we need 2 of these cut at 2 7/8 by 5 1/8. So these are our 2 cut at 2 7/8 by 5 1/8. And then one more cut at 5/8 by 5 1/8. And so I chose the dark one. And then we also need some basic white. 3 basic whites at 3 by 5 1/4. Another basic white at 3/4 by 5 1/4. And then you need some kind of a shape. And on this one, I used one of the textured note shapes. On this one, I used the stylish shapes. And that's what I'm going to use on this one. I'm going to use the stylish shape circle. All right, let's get started. This is an easy card. Oh, and I did go ahead and fussy cut some leaves to use. And I've got my sentiments, which came with the beautiful pumpkins. It's the Beautiful Pumpkin stamp set. And I took my sentiments from that. So the first thing we're going to do is put our Designer Series paper onto the white mat. And I am just about out of my Stampin' Seal, but I want to use it up. I don't want to leave a little bit on there. So I'll probably have to change cartridges in here in a minute. Okay. Got that. And we have one more that we're going to do. The back of this paper is so pretty. I love that with the gold. And even though it has leaves on it, I just think it'd be beautiful for Christmas. For trees or something like that. All right, we've got those 2 mounted, and then we're going to take our dark, and look at that pretty green on the back. I could have used that. So many choices. It's hard to decide which side of the Designer Series paper we're going to use. So hard to decide sometimes. All right, got that matted. The third piece of white goes inside, but we may stamp on that. We'll see. All right, so we're going to take one of these and put it right on the front. I told you it was easy. Got my ribbon. I do have a piece of ribbon. I think I'm getting real close to the end here. All right, this is going to go right on the front. Right there. Isn't that pretty? Love that plaid. And this is going to go right on the inside. Okay. It's going to go right inside here. And then our white will go here. And then this piece is going to go right here on the flap. Okay. Put it right here. Move it down. There we go. There we go. All right. Here's our card so far. Now, we're going to do this piece. And I've got a sentiment. Let's see. I want to put, on the front, I just want the word thankful. This says thankful for the small things. But I'm just going to put the word thankful on there. So let me see. I have not looked at how I might want to do this. I might even, put another leaf up here. If I put this down here, I could put a leaf and a ribbon maybe somewhere along here. All right, let's do that. Let's just get these two on, and I want to use dimensionals for my. All right. So I put this one down first. Maybe a mini on the top. There we go. Sorry, I get off screen. Well, maybe I didn't. I forget to look up. I get so involved in what I'm doing. I forget to look up and see if you can see me. Yeah, I'm just going to put this one right down here. And maybe another mini up here. Will it go right there? Yeah, right there. Okay. All right. Well, we don't want that there because we want to overlap it a little bit. So we're going to move it more to the middle so that we can overlap right there. There we go. Now, my thankful is going to go right up here. I think I'll put it over to the left, and I may put a gem or two. So what I want to do is I want to cover up the rest of my sentiment because, or at least the part closest to the word thankful. So put my Post-it right along there, leaving thankful. Get my early espresso. And I'm going to ink up thankful. And now I've got a rag, my famous t-shirt. I'm going to wipe off that. And I'm going to ink this up a little bit more right there because I want it there. And then I'm going to pull this off because it's got ink on it. And I'm going to wipe off the edge again, right? Just so I don't risk. Okay, and then I'm going to put my thankful. Still got some on the edge. I'm going to put my thankful right there. Thankful. there it is. I'm going to go ahead and clean this off. Okay. So if I'm going to put gems on it, let me close up my ink. I didn't look at that ahead of time. I should have. But I think I have some that I could use. Maybe one of those. Yeah, I think that'll be the best. Yeah. I think this will work. I don't think it's too light. The orange is the better one. I could use the yellow, but I think I'm going to go with that's Timid Tiger. I think that'll work. These are our in colors, our 2025, 2027 in colors. And so, get my, take a pig tool. Yeah, that'll work. And I'll take a medium one, put it there, and put a smaller one up here, and another smaller one right here. All right, that'll work. Yeah, I like that. So this is how it's going to work. Once I get it down, it'll open up and we'll open our card up. All right, we're going to put this on with dimensionals too, but just along the very edge. So I'm going to put one there and one right there. And we're going to put this, if I use a ribbon up here, or maybe I'll use the ribbon right up against this and another leaf or two, maybe even two leaves right up there. I may have to cut another leaf out. Y'all get to watch me fussy cut. All right, we're going to put this right down here. We don't want it to go over the edge, and I want my thankful to be straight. So there we have it. And these, I think I am going to put right up here with a ribbon on them. So I'm not going to pop these up. I'm just going to put adhesive there and here. And tie my ribbon in a bow. And this is just some of the white with gold trim braided ribbon. I don't know what it's called. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay. And if I put that right there, I'll trim it. Yeah. That'll work. I'll do it with a glue dot. Put the ribbon right on it. And right there. Now, let me trim this. And this. move those up a little bit, then it won't overlap it. There we go. So there's that part. That's so different. I like that. I like it because it's different, but it won't be hard or confusing. All right, now all we need to do is our inside, and I do have a sentiment for the inside. So grateful to have a friend like you. And I'm going to put it up here so that when it's open, both this and this will show. Let me get my early espresso. So grateful to have a friend like you. There we go. And I thought about, do I need another leaf? But you know, I don't know. Do I? I could probably fussy cut one real quick. Let's see. I got the paper out. This is the sheet I cut out of. I wouldn't mind having a gold one. And there's one right here that I could cut. I think I will. I'm going to cut this gold one right here. You know, that's what I love about the Designer Series paper and being able to fussy cut is it gives you so much flexibility. All right, I'm just going to, and when you know when you fussy cut, you turn the paper, not the scissors. So I don't worry too much about these leaves because they have really weird designs anyway. So even if you cut into the leaf a little bit, it doesn't have a border. So it makes it easier to cut and quicker. All right, we're almost there. All right. Just a couple more turns here. Right here, and we're done. All right. Yes, I definitely want that. So, I think I may be close. The red's looking really red. All right. There we go. Oh, yeah. I like that. All right, now we're going to get this in. And you know what? We have finished our card. And I did not run out of tape. I cannot believe it. Look at the red. I mean, it's showing through. But we're good. So I'm going to make sure I get this even. And I want it to be level with this. There we go. So grateful to have a friend like you. And there's our card. And I'm gonna just trim this. These are not my ribbon scissors, so they don't, maybe I ought to get my ribbon scissors because that's such a small trim. If I don't use my ribbon scissors, it's going to fray it. All right. Now, There. Now, it's not going to overlap this. And I probably should cut this one a little too. Ribbon scissors, I tell you what, I only use these for ribbon, and I keep a ribbon tied on the end so that I know these are my ribbon scissors. And it makes such a difference. I love my snips, but once you use them on paper, they don't do as well on ribbon. Okay, there's our card. Thankful, so grateful to have a friend like you. Backfold Fun Fold card. Here's all your dimensions. So we've got that one. We've got, so we have a fall, a Christmas, and a Halloween. All Backfold Fun Fold cards. So I hope it's one you'll try. I think this is one that I will use again over and over because it has an interesting opening, and yet it's not difficult. It wouldn't be too hard for the person receiving the card to know how to get it open. All right, so take a screenshot so you have the dimensions there. And thank you so much for being here. Hey, Tish, hi. I'm glad you joined. Thank you. Isn't that a fun card? Did you see these? Did you get here in time to see these? How they open? Is that not cool? Here's a fall, a Halloween. And there's that. Fun, 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 fun. Love doing it. Love making cards. Love sharing this with you. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks, Tish, for joining in. And anyone who's watching replay or on YouTube, thank you so much. And I will see you next Thursday. Take care. Have a great day. Love you. Bye-bye.